Hello, right, so we're going to start painting up the Blackstone Fortress, guys. So we're going to start with the Ghouls, I think the Ur-Ghouls. So I've undercoated them with a grey, and then tried to do a zenithal highlight with an undercoated white. I'm not sure it's quite come out all that well, but it's come out on the top. Mainly just the thing, for those that, everyone mostly knows, for those who don't know what a zenithal is, it's where you hit it with a lighter colour from the top, like white, so it goes over the raised edges and kind of gives you some easy highlights. But I realise it's not really gone on the grey bits very well. So I'll be following the Midwinter Minis painting guide for this. So that'll be, he's basically painted it with only using like 14 paints. So what we've got is got 3 sprays: grey, white, black. You've got, obviously I've done black as you there for that spare part, white scar, then Mephiston red, Negroth Knight, Altdorf Guard blue, which is a nice blue, Warpstone Glow, Zandri Dust, oh sorry, XV88, then Zandri Dust. You've got Mechanica Standard Grey, pop version, Plashkit's Yellow. I'm using Balthasar Gold instead of the Gehenna Gold because I didn't pick any Gehenna Gold up, and I've got loads of other gold. I didn't make it look a little bit different. Lead Belcher, and then obviously Norn Oil and Agrax Shade. So I'm going to be trying to paint these guys up as quick as I can. So I'm going to have like a little timer set up for me to be doing it, or stopwatch, I suppose. I will be showing a little kind of part way through like work in progress bits, so I'll stop the time I do for them so I can do it on the actual painting time. But yeah, so I'll have that going in the background on my old phone like that. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to start and then we'll get going. Right, so the first step is to make a turquoise glaze for these guys according to the guide. I will link this guide in the comments as well. So I'm finally using the small painting handle that little brother Jared got me for Christmas. So thank you very much again, Jared, for this one. So to make the glaze, we're going to put a drop of Warpstone Glow and a drop of Altdorf Guard Blue, and then 6 drops of water. I did actually buy some pipette style droppers, but I can't remember where I put them, which is not particularly useful. So I'm just going to use the brush now. So yeah, and then we're going to do that and give it an all over coat on each of them, all over the skin, before we move on to the second step. So we'll do that now. Okay, so they're work in progress. Mine will come out a little bit greener than his did in his video. Possibly a little bit too much green paint in my turquoisey, but you just can't really see it very well in the light. So it is quite green. So yeah. But yeah, so just leaving these to dry for a minute. So I might break out my hairdryer so I can actually dry these a bit quicker, because they've had their all over glaze now. Okay, and then the next step is to dry brush with white scar, bring out some of the highlights, the raised areas. Right, so let's just stop that for a minute. Dry brushing on the Ur-Ghuls. I just tried to put it over there, so in some areas of shade and light. I think it's doing okay. That's one. Next step is to do a purple kind of shade to the hands. So make them, I guess, darken them down a bit. So we're using Negroth Knight for that. Then a few drops of it and then running it similar to the glaze we just did for the body over them. Okay, so purple on hands. There's the guy on the thing. Stop that just for a minute, sort of time someone actually painting. There you go. That's one. The next one is to make red kind of shady glaze for the face holes and mouth, I believe. And I think the final step is to run, is do the base and then run the, do a small agrax on the lines of the, pick out the muscles and such. So, right, so we're done. Timer is at 1:32, 1 hour 32. It wasn't actually that long. I forgot to switch the timer off. I was going to clean my brushes. So still, right. So this is the Ur-Ghuls. So they've not come out quite as blue as the Midwinter Mini ones, but they're alright. I quite like them. Very silvery pale skin. Purple on the hands. Red on the face. I guess it's like where they're eating something. So the few stones on the base. The base are just black at the minute. They will be painted up all together when I do them at the end, because the base are going to have a design on them basically. So yeah, so I ran some Agrax Earthshade on the stones, did a quick dry brush of Administrator and Grey on them. That's it. And then ran some Agrax into the muscles just to make them a bit more defined. These are also the easiest ones to do because there's no real, not a lot of detail on them. I've noticed there's a couple where I missed the mould lines, which is annoying. I'm not cutting them off, I'm repainting them. So, yep. Yeah, so 4 Ur-Ghuls. Next video will be the spindle drones. Again, there's only 4 of them and they're not massively detailed, so hopefully it shouldn't take too long for them. But yeah, that's a nice little start. So Blackstone Fortress should hopefully be painted by the end of the year and we can have a game of it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.